You're listening to PetLifeRadio.com.
Hey everyone, this is Kristen Powers with Pets Rock at Pet Life Radio. I hope that you're having a perfectly perfect day. Today we have some awesome teens on the line. Their names are Evelyn Pang and Hilary Louie. Together they wrote and illustrated a book titled Good Dog, Kids Teach Kids About Dog Behavior and Training. Hey girls, how are you?
Hey, hi. I'm Hilary. I'm Evelyn.
Cool, nice to meet you guys. So my first question is, where did you two get the idea for this book?
Oh, well, we started when we were around 8, and at our apartment there was a dog training program that we joined together. And while we were doing this, we went up to Lynn and asked her if we could do some extracurricular activities. And she started with writing. We wrote 2 brochures in English, and then we translated into Chinese, and then we decided to put it all into a book. Because then, since we wrote like 2 brochures, so it's like 2 chapters already, so we just decided to write another chapter to go along, and then we just put it into a book.
Cool.
Yeah.
And who is Lynn?
I'm sitting right here. I was the teacher and the director of the dog training program. We worked with the Sonoma Humane Society and the Department of Animal Care and Control in San Francisco so that we could teach inner-city kids how to use clicker training and positive reinforcement to train shelter dogs to increase their adoptability.
That's great. So how did you guys decide what was going to go in your book? Was it just what you learned from these lessons that you took, and like what was your process to write in the book since you already made the 2 brochures?
Well, actually, it started small. They came up and said, could we do something extra? And there's a lot of really good material for adults getting started with dog training, but nothing for kids. So we rewrote some basic stuff that was done by Karen Pryor for adults and put it into language that children as young as 7 or 8 would be able to understand. And the brochure was incredibly well received. And so that led to requests for more information, and I'll let them take it from there.
And with more information, we already put the brochures together, so what we added was just a section on calming signals, which is what dogs or animals in general use to tell other animals that they don't want any trouble, that they want to get away from trouble. So what we did is that we looked up different calming signals, and we explained what each one was, from the dog's ears, tails, fur, the different parts of their bodies, and we put them together and explained to you what each behavior or movement of their bodies meant. So that's what we added. And we came up with like different things to add, like the glossary and the test yourself questions, just for kids to enjoy.
Yeah, to make sure that they understand the book and have questions they can answer.
And there's a chapter on safety and dog bite prevention.
Oh, that's great. So I love the illustrations in your book. Did you guys both take turns illustrating, or like did one of you illustrate? Because they're really cool.
Oh, yeah, it was actually me, Evelyn, that illustrated the book. And yeah, it was pretty fun doing all these drawings and stuff. It was just like, I started when I was young, and then like I started drawing all these dogs, and like me and Hilary actually kind of draw some too. But then like for the brochure, like I remember I did like the front page cover, and then like I started to like drawing all these pictures. So then Lynn told us to continue drawing more pictures for the book, and I also like didn't want the book to be just filled with words because it would be boring if you just flip through the pages and it's all words. So like we decided to put at least like 1 or 2 pictures in every pages or something to make it more interesting. And yeah.
Yeah, I think the illustrations definitely help break up the text. I know I always like to look at stuff when I read. Picture books are fun.
Yeah.
So, what are your personal favorite tips that you have in your book? Like, what stands out as one of your favorite tips to tell people?
One thing I love about this book is that we have this whole section about clicker training, And clicker training is
what we basically started.
What we started from. And without our knowledge of clicker training, we wouldn't have been able to even come up with this idea of writing a book. So we started with clicker training, which is a way to learn positive reinforcement. We started with the clicker, which is just something that makes a really sharp, short sound, which is a cue for the dogs to know that they did something well. And the treat is, of course, to treat the dog after a click, to tell them that they deserved a treat because they did something that's good. So one tip for people is that, a good way to be able to train your dog and in a positive way is to start with clicker training, because I loved it, Evelyn loved it, and we learned so much from it.
That's great. So what pets do you guys have? And if you don't have any, or even if you do, what is your favorite animal?
This is Evelyn. I actually, last year we started to have a American Pit Bull, and it's pretty fun. Evelyn, my first time actually having my own pet. But it's not really mine, it's my brother's, but it's pretty fun.
They both have brothers. Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does. I have 2 younger brothers of my own, so I definitely can understand having little brothers as pets. Yeah. So what do you guys like to do with animals? I know you may like to play with your American Pit Bull, or you may like to play with animals at the shelter, but what's your favorite thing you like to do with animals?
Again, clicker training?
Yes.
But other than clicker training, there's also a lot of fun things that you do with dogs. I mean, or maybe not dogs in general, but they make a really good family. If you're upset, you could always go to it and just, play with it. But usually they're there for you to just cheer you up. And
and I find my pit bull, which is called Ivy, it's pretty fun because when I'm bored at home and I have no one to talk to, I kind of just talk to Ivy and be he doesn't say anything, but then she just looks back at me and blinks at me, or nods her head a little, and I just think it's pretty funny. So someone to accompany you, because you know that even though they don't understand you, they're listening to you the whole time. Yeah, they'll at least give you some attention.
Yeah, and I think that's something that pet owners can definitely understand better than non-pet owners, because when you have a dog or a cat or someone to play with, you're a lot more connected than people realize. So you talk a lot about clicker train. Is clicker training more frustrating than it is rewarding, or do you find that you find results very quickly, or what are your experiences with clicker training and the process and the emotions that go along with it?
Well, we haven't really done anything training-wise that. Usually when we train dogs, we use clicker training. We haven't done anything that didn't involve clicker training when we were training dogs. But even though we haven't, I find it less stressful, because sometimes other methods, I don't know, they might force the dog to do things that they want, and I don't believe in that. Because clicker training has really great results, is because we use positive reinforcement. Even though the dog doesn't do what you want it to do, we always think positively. We always we always be really patient, listen to the dog, wait for the dog to.
It's more enjoyable. Between the trainer and the learner.
Yeah, even though it might be a slower process, but
it's not as fast.
Well, okay. Well, it is a faster process, but there's a better way to do it.
And it's fun.
Yeah. And you don't have to do it with dogs. You could do it with humans or different animals too. It's really fun.
Yeah. I went to an animal camp, I think in 6th grade, where they had us clicker train humans, and one person would lead. Yeah, it's really embarrassing if you're the one being clicker trained, because it's sometimes they give you activities that are so complicated, like jumping on one foot while waving your hands in the air or something silly. But
that.
Yeah.
I coach ice skating, and I use a clicker for that.
Oh yeah, that's cool. I think it seems like dogs are so much smarter because they seem like they get trained faster than humans do.
Yeah.
So now that you've published your own book, do you guys have any other adventures involving pets that you plan on, or do you plan on continue to teach people about dog behavior and training?
I don't, in the future, I do plan on continuing with writing, but I don't think my career will involve writing. When I grow up, I sort of kind of want to do something in the field of science or math. So when it comes to writing, I think I will continue with Lynn for probably a really long time, but I don't think I will go for it as a career.
Hilary wrote a follow-up article for the Layton letter on what clicker training taught her about dealing with life and challenges at school, and how she learned to go step by step with anything that came up and focus on the positives. So she talks about what clicker training taught her about looking into colleges and taking piano and violin lessons. It's a method that works for any behavior you want to master.
That's a good point. Yeah, I haven't thought of it that way, but I think that is important to realize, because you also have to be patient and have good views on life if you're going to be able to be successful in clicker training or on whatever you're trying to achieve in life. So my next question is, what has been the most gratifying part about having your book published?
Okay, I don't know if it's really... Okay, first of all, it's the fact that we make money out of it, and even though it's not really gratifying, but it's just something that, my mom would go crazy each and every time I get a check, or she brags about it, to different people. Oh my God, my daughter wrote a book. Even though it is kind of annoying, I find it really enjoyable, I guess, in a way.
And it's kind of cool when you go around your friends and be like, yeah, I wrote this book, and you're like, oh, really? Oh my gosh, you're an author. I actually know someone who's kind of famous or whatever, and then they're like, oh, I was like, yeah, I could just go online and type in my name and you'll see my book and stuff. And you're like, oh, how do you do this? And I'll just be like, yeah, I got my connections. I just go around. You're just like, oh my gosh, and it's just you don't really want to brag about it, but in the inside, it's just wow.
Yeah, you sort of
you're pretty happy about it.
They were very happy to be listed on Amazon.com.
Yeah, I usually go and look around stuff, and then to find my own book there, it's just wow,
Yeah, that would be really cool. Yeah, I know a few adult authors, but I think actually recently I had a friend publish a book last week she did it based on a school project about domestic violence, and she was just yeah, I got my book published. It's pretty cool. And everyone is like, whoa, that's insane.
Yeah, and it feels really good when you go online and you see people writing reviews about your book, and you just reading, and it's yeah, I also feel really proud of myself, too, that people actually like the stuff I'm writing about and they understand it, too. So, yeah.
And I had a good time talking to the guidance counselors and trading copies of the book and saying, perhaps you didn't know what your students did in their free time.
Yeah. All right, cool. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll come back and learn more about the lives of Evelyn and Hilary.
Don't leave this party before it's over, because the best is yet to come. Only losers leave the party early anyway. Party on. Back in a few. Hands up!
It's DesignerPetSweaters.com. Hand-knitted designer sweaters for your precious pup or cool cat. Beautiful couture patterns for your pets, including custom-knitted formal wear, casual wear, yachting, and even sports-themed. Many designer pet sweaters include feathered tammy hats, top hats, and a lot of sparkle. Each sweater includes leg loops, front paw sleeves, and leash opening. Visit DesignerPetSweaters.com to order your four-legged fashions today. Large or small, we fit them all. DesignerPetSweaters.com.
Pet Life Radio, the #1 pet radio network on the planet, joins forces with iHeartRadio to put the power of your pets in your pocket. Awesome! Download the iHeartRadio app and rock Pet Life Radio on your phone, on your tablet, on your Xbox, in your car. Pet talk, pet tunes, and fun pet times. Pet Life Radio and iHeartRadio. Positively Possum.
Let's talk pets.
Let's talk pets
On Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Hi, this is Rochelle Lefebvre from the Twilight franchise. You're listening to the amazing, unstoppable Kristen Powers on Pets Rock at Pet Life Radio.
Back to the party.
Let's go!
With the hottest party in town.
We're back now with Evelyn and Hilary, who wrote a book called Good Dog. Kids Teach Kids About Dog Behavior and Training. And I'm learning a lot about these two amazing girls who have created this awesome book about how to train your dog, especially through Clicker Train. So now we're going to kind of change the subject a little and talk more about you guys and what you like to do. So my first question is, what do you guys like to do in your free time?
Okay. Actually have lots of different activities that I love doing. I play the piano, I play the violin, and my favorite is I'm on the dragon boat team in my school. And it's really fun, not because we get to paddle, but because, like, in the team, we're very close together, and it's just being able to be with your friends the whole time that is really enjoyable. So, yeah.
Yeah, and for me, I usually just like to go hang out with my friends or, like, sing and, like, dance around and, like, sometimes play volleyball with my friends. It's just, yeah, it's pretty fun.
Another thing, both girls speak Cantonese at home and English in school, so they're fluent in two languages, and they translated the brochures into Chinese. So if people wanted to take a look at the English and Chinese, and we had a family translate it into Spanish, those are available at the Pryor Foundation's website, www.thepryorfoundation.org.
Oh, great. That's good to know. So I'm reading the back of your book, and you both live in San Francisco, is that correct?
Yes.
What's your favorite part about living in San Francisco?
Okay. My favorite part is actually even though it seems pretty big, I guess, like we can go anywhere within an hour. And what's even better is that we have a lot of public transportation, so it's really easy getting to get around the city.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. Here I live in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and we have a free bus transportation system, which is really cool because you get to just hop on a bus off your street and just go to the mall or go to the local restaurants, and it's way better than living in a town where you can't even walk places.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure I got how old you are. How old are you guys?
I'm 17 now. I just turned recently.
Yeah, and I'm still 16, but about to be 17 around June.
And Evelyn just got her driver's license.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, exciting. That's so exciting.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. Really nervous when I was taking the driving test.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I get to take my driving test in April, and I'm excited, but I still like taking the bus. So are you guys thinking about colleges? Or I know that's what's on everybody's mind in Chapel Hill High School, so I was wondering if you guys probably have that on your mind as well.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Well, I do, but I'm still not sure what really I want to major in yet, so yeah. But I probably want to do something with science and engineering and stuff.
Yeah, so I have a couple of schools, I'm thinking about going to at least 5 different schools, like Caltech, Stanford, UCLA, UC Berkeley, probably MIT. And I've been thinking about early applications and stuff like that too, so.
That's cool. Yeah. Has there been any states that you want to go to school to? If there was any state that you could go to school, where would you go?
I think I would go to San Jose State. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I haven't really thought about it, so I'm not really sure. I think anywhere is fine as long as it's something. It has something to do. It has something to do with my major. I think.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. A lot of people around here in North Carolina joke that they can't go anywhere up north for school because they don't want it to be cold. They want to go somewhere warm. So, as you guys wrote this book and illustrated this book, what tips would you give to other aspiring teen writers?
That is a good question.
You have to be really committed to it.
Yeah, definitely. We stuck with it for years.
We started in 4th grade, and now we're just in high school. So yeah.
And
be really committed.
You have to be really committed and patient. And again, when Lynn talked about how I wrote about doing things step by step, I think that's a really good advice for writers now. You have to take things really slowly and do things step by step, and don't think of the whole picture while you're writing. Just do it slowly, and I think you'll be able to get there really fast.
And after you're done, you'll find that you'll feel so much proud of yourself that you actually accomplished something so big and stuff.
The work that went into this was considerable. They met with me weekly for several years to pull this off.
Yeah. The Chinese school.
And they learned how not just to write it, but to get feedback from experts in the field and to revise things. We went through several drafts. We had to apply to a couple of publishers.
Wow, yeah. It sounds like clicker training for writers.
Yeah, exactly.
It really is.
For writers.
And the speaks like our book and all these paychecks.
Yes, exactly. That's perfect.
Yeah. That's actually a really good one.
And actually, Evelyn said to me at one point when we were just signing off on the finished draft of the book, this is kind of like going to college. It's 4 years of reading and writing and revising it, and then you end up with something big at the end. So they've really done the equivalent of a tour in college from middle school.
Yeah, you guys probably know as much about dog behavior as a person who majored in animal behavior in college.
And they also know how to write and revise their work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's important. So, where can we buy your book? If I wanted to tell everybody in my school to buy Good Dog, where would I tell them to look for it?
At dogwise.com, or you could go to Amazon.
Or clickertraining.com.
Yeah, just
go to Google and just type in the name, and they'll pop out a lot of websites for you.
The publisher is Dogwise, and they sell the book at dog training conferences throughout the country and through their website. And many dog trainers are using it as the text when families sign up to learn how to train their new dogs.
Oh, that's really cool. So, yeah, definitely make sure to post some of those sites on my website at petliferadio.com. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you.
All right, everyone. That was Evelyn Payne, Hilary, Louie, and Lynn Lore, the writers of Good Dog. Kids teach kids about dog behavior and training. I hope you all have a wonderful day.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.